is Alexis Steele with Steel Notes Magazine. I'm here with Steve Lukather, guitar player from Toto. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great.
Great. Good. And we're here at the Keswick Theater. You're going to be performing tonight, starting at 8 p.m. with the band, and it's going to be a great show.
Looking forward to it. Great fun.
Okay, so Steve, this is actually your 38th year.
Right. No, it's the 35th anniversary tour, but it's entering the 38th year soon.
Okay, very awesome.
How fast this year went, man.
It did. The year's almost over. It is.
Scary.
Yes, it is. So, now, how long is your tour going to be running until?
Well, this one will be over in 4 days.
In 4 days?
Yeah, and then we're going home to finish mixing our new studio record, which will be out in March, and then start a world tour in May.
Oh, awesome.
And in that interim period, I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, too.
Okay, great. So what's the name of your new album?
Right now it's 14 in Roman numerals.
Okay.
You know, like the sort of a good luck charm, those little numbers for us, those little
exactly
Roman numerals, as it were. They're very lucky for us.
Okay, great.
So, you know, yeah, right now it is. I mean, you never know what could change, but for right now it's just 14.
Okay.
We'll have some sort of unique sword kind of motif, because yet another good luck charm for us.
Okay, cool.
All the records that have a sword on them sold multi-platinum. I don't know if that's even possible anymore unless you're like some weird freak of nature where everybody in the world who buys your record, because it's tough out there. This is which takes me on the road most of my life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But it's a good thing I like to work, otherwise I'd be screwed.
Right.
Right, well.
So now, besides Toto, you've been doing a lot of other things. Now, you've worked with a lot of artists over the years, and a lot of different genres of music, starting with Michael Jackson, and you were on several of his albums, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of the Thriller record, did History, bits and pieces here and there. I did some of the Lost records that are out there too. Some of it hasn't been released yet.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of weird how they bring these guys in, like, posthumously, and they erase all the people that really played on it when Michael was around.
Wow.
And they put new people on it. And, it's a not great success so far.
No.
You wonder if Michael really would have dug that or not, but I guess we'll never know.
Exactly.
Hey, man, he was my age. It was like when we were kids doing the Thriller record. I mean, we were just the same, me, him, and Steve McCarr were the same age. So when he went, it kind of hit a little bit. We weren't like super close friends or anything like that, but we knew we had a nice working relationship.
Very cool.
I never saw nothing weird. He was always nothing but a gentleman and a pro, real neat. You hear the stories, but what the fuck, I don't know. People say stories about everybody.
Exactly. So you've been working with a lot of other artists as well.
I mean, I've had an amazing year. I mean, it started out the year doing the Beatles' 50th anniversary with Ringo and Paul and all the other artists that were on the TV show, and then I did the Grammys with Ringo, and I've been in Ringo's band for the last going on 3 years now, which has been an awesome experience.
Exactly. With Todd Rundgren,
Todd's on the gig, Richard Page from Mr. Mister, Greg Raleigh from Santana and Journey, Greg Bissonette, Mark Rivera, and then Warren Ham, and a lot of, Joe Walsh comes and sits in, a lot of my childhood heroes and friends, and it's been a kick, it's been really a lot of fun. I mean, the years just ripped by. I'm going out again with him in October. Mm-hmm. It's funny, I woke up to a text, he left me a message this morning. It was really sweet.
Okay.
I still kind of pinch myself, because he's become a good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
You get past the whole Beatle thing,
Sure,
which is hard, because that's the reason why I play music. But, he's the sweetest, most generous, kind, funny. I mean, he's like the guy from Hard Day's Night. It's just years later.
Exactly.
I mean, he's 74 years old, looks like he's 40.
Wow.
And I have no fear of getting old if I can be like him.
Right?
He's not, because he's 74, but he's not old. You can be old at 25.
Oh, absolutely.
We all know people that just hit the fuck it button early on and just grew old. Mentally. It's not really a physical thing.
Exactly.
We can't help that. But he looks great. I mean, he's on the treadmill 2 hours a day. Eats rabbit food. I mean, he's one of those guys. I mean, we all had our crazy, misspent youth. His was pretty wacky, according to him. Here we are, older people enjoying life on a different level.
Right, but wiser.
With a clear head.
Exactly.
If I have one regret in life, it's probably dancing with the devil and the drug thing and too much booze. I mean, I don't drink or smoke or do any drugs or anything like that.
That's awesome.
Many years ago. And better for it. But, we had some fun. I mean, come on, I'd be lying to you otherwise.
Right.
I mean, otherwise, why would we do it in the first place?
Right.
That's young man's game, but now the drugs are shitty, and why do that? Why
Exactly.
hurt yourself?
Exactly.
I feel good.
Yeah.
That's my buzz. And that's given me so much more energy in the music and my life and all four of my kids. I got 2 generations of kids.
Wow.
And I think I appreciate them and I love them all. And I'm part of all this.
Being on the road, so that's tough because it takes time away from your family.
The only saving grace is now with my younger kids, what I didn't have with my older kids, is Skype. So it's like, daddy TV at night.
Right, sure.
And I'm great friends with all my exes, which is, I'm very fortunate. Obviously we had our issues at one point, but, everybody's cool. I love everybody. When we played in LA, everybody was there.
Exactly.
Family, and I only remember the good shit,
Exactly.
I mean, you have to let go of resentments and bullshit, otherwise it'll just kill you.
Awesome.
And they have, and I have, and so it's really nice to have lifelong friendships, especially when there's children involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody that had my kids is okay with me.
Well, just like Marie Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she made the beautiful mosaic guitars, one that I have.
And I'm really proud of her, and I'm happy to help her out in any way I can.
Right, and you've signed them.
She makes great stuff.
Amazing.
She's always been artistic. I mean, even when we were kids. I'm just glad to see her get something going. It's got a little buzz on it. It's really unique. And the guitar motif, I think she should want them, and somehow bought one.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Would you sign it?" I said, "Shit, yeah, bring over a shitload of them. I'll sign it for you." Happy to support, help her out.
Absolutely. She's amazingly talented. It's unbelievable.
It seems to make her very happy, and she can work at her own pace at home and stuff. So that's good. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, exactly. And she gave one for your daughter's birthday.
Yeah, for my youngest daughter, Lily, just turning 7. And Lily saw one. Marie came over to the house, and I had the little ones up, and my littlest daughter goes, "Oh, those are so beautiful. I'd really like to have one." And when I said, "Well, what do you want for your birthday, kid?" And later on, she goes, "I want one of those guitars that Maria makes." So I said, "Really? That's pretty kind of multi-generational."
Yeah, I saw it. Pink and purple.
Yeah, it's great. So she got that. That was all she wanted, except for a trip to Disneyland or something, which I got to do in person soon.
Yeah, right.
But I thought that was really neat, because my youngest daughter's very artistic and she does art and stuff. So she's drawn to that. I said, that she already made these. Wow, really? So that she was attracted to that.
Sure.
And so that's kind of neat. But I mean, and I'm great friends with my latest ex-wife. It sounds so awful to say this. I'm such a loser. It sounds like I'm a loser. But,
it happens.
This life that I lead, I'm never home. I did
tough.
225 days on the road last year.
Wow.
180 something this year, and next year's going to be insane. From January until December, I'm booked up doing 3 different tours.
It's hard to maintain a relationship when you're always on the road.
Tell me about it. So, my relationship is my kids and my career. I mean, and I take care of a lot of people.
Those are your loves of your life.
I mean, at this point, I'm too tired to stay up late chasing girls at bars. Not really my thing anymore. I did all that in my misspent youth.
Yeah, right.
When I wasn't married, I was doing exactly what you expect me to do. They tell me I had a
living
great
the rock
time.
and roll.
They tell me I had a great time. What can I tell you?
But you don't remember.
Some of it. It's really kind of embarrassing when people come and go, "You remember that?" I go, "No, I don't remember the fucking thing." I sort of got it from watching when Ringo or Joe Walsh or somebody goes, "Hey, do you remember the time?" "No, man." Joe's like, "No, man." And Ringo's like, "I don't remember a bloody thing." So it's like, I don't feel bad. So I'm not the only one.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't remember any of it, but and there's some things I like to forget. There's a few regrets along the line.
Sure.
If I ever hurt anybody, I'm really sorry about that. But sometimes you gotta let go of that. I have. Some people can't.
Exactly.
And life goes on.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
I'm happy. I'm healthy, and more relaxed than probably ever in my life.
Well, that's a good thing.
I mean, that's okay. To be getting older, the career's busier than ever, and I feel good, and nobody's mad at me. So.
Well, that's a good thing.
So that's okay, right?
Right, exactly. So tell me about your solo work.
I got tons of that. Well, the last record I did was a couple years old now. It was called Transition. That was sort of like my whole transition from my old life and my marriage falling apart. And a new son came into the picture as it was falling apart. So it was a wonderful, weird time and sad time. So I was transitioning into dealing with life with a clear head, which I started about 5 years ago, and picking myself out of the ashes, so to speak. So I wrote an album about that and toured it all over the world, and that was very successful and fun. Hard work, a lot of hard work, because it's a different level of touring. There's that level of touring, and then there's, Ringo with the private jets and all that stuff like that, which is which is really nice.
Right, yeah.
And then we do right in the middle there, which where we travel well and stay in nice places. But we're on the bus and working a lot.
Sure.
Instead of a day off, we go, no, we're playing in a theater in Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we would do a tour with Michael McDonald doing, sheds and theaters.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's been really a lot of fun. So I just keep busy. I'm doing a tour with more Ringo next year, and then a lot of Toto, and then I'm doing this, going to Japan with an all-star band with Larry Carlton, who's a jazz guitar player, studio guy, and we won a Grammy like 12 years ago. And
Very
so
cool.
we haven't worked since then, so we're going to do a little thing and do another DVD, so all-star band.
Nice.
So I'm just boom, 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 and unfortunately I love doing it. Diversity is great, and I got another solo record to do in a couple years when after the Toto thing winds down a little bit. That'll lead us up into the 40th anniversary now.
Right?
God, it's just terrifying to think about that we've been doing it this long.
Yeah. Is it patchouli you're wearing?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. You don't smell that often anymore, patchouli.
No, I'm all hippie. What can I tell you?
Yes, that's back in our teenage years.
It's actually Tunisian patchouli. It's
really?
Okay.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
That scent has been very good to me through the years.
There you go. So, after, you're going to be doing all this, is there going to be any time you're just going to say, let me back this up. Would you ever have thought that you would still be doing this now? And Toto to be together for so many years, when so many bands fall apart.
Well, we're the only band that keeps having original members come back. I mean, these last almost 5, Toto was kind of fading away for a while there. There was a version of it was like I was the last man standing almost. There was some great replacement guys, famous studio guys, and really great, well-known musicians, but there wasn't the band, the high school brothers. It started the first 4 or 5 albums, and Mike Carl got ALS, our brother.
Right, yeah,
That's
ALS,
That was a motivation to get back together to kind of help him. The expenses of all that. And, when a brother's down like that, I'm the bass player in the band. We didn't write a lot of the songs, and, the internet stealing our business. So the royalties have really faded away from the old days. The records still sell. For some reason, we make less and less every year.
Yeah, right.
It's funny how that works. So it makes you stay on the road. So we went out and did a tour in 2010 with as many of the original guys that we could get back together that were worthy of touring and healthy and still friends. And our original tour, David Hungate, just came back. So there's Steve Carl, me, and David Page, and Joseph Williams, our childhood friends. And, it just kind of one tour turned in. We had so much fun. It was so successful. We said, want to do this next summer? I said, yeah, man. Everybody wins. We all, we help Mikey, and then we help ourselves as well. Because we all have, most of us have had a couple of divorces and kids, and it's an expensive life.
Absolutely.
And we love to do it, and we're having a blast. We're just a bunch of middle-aged teenagers. That never really had to grow because I never had to have a real job.
Yeah.
Something that, when I say real job, I mean something that you hate doing. You're sitting in traffic on
9 to 5.
You're driving to the pension comes. I mean, getting back to, did I ever think would I be still doing? I knew I'd still be playing. I didn't think I'd be busier than I was 20 years ago, and I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got called to do some stuff more stuff with Don Was, and for these other all-star projects, diversity is what keeps me fresh. And if I was just playing the same 11 songs in some bar somewhere where my career was fading away, and then I'd just be shooting heroin or drinking myself to death, that would be a life. That's not the life that I wanted to lead. But being creative and being with people that I love and being successful and making money and
absolutely.
The only thing I would say is the negative is the fact that I miss a lot of my children growing up. But my father was gone a lot, so
it's like a trade-off.
I love my dad. He would go on the road for months at a time when there was no cell phones or no way to contact. $100 a minute to call on the phone from wherever he was, making movies behind the cameras. That's that. Okay,
great. Steve, is there anyone that you haven't performed with before that you would like to perform with now?
I'd love to work with Peter Gabriel. I know him. We've met several times. I was at the show in L.A., and he was really sweet. We have many mutual friends. I love Peter Gabriel, Genesis, Phil, and all those guys. I was an old prog rocker, back when I was in school. There's very few, I've played with the Steely Dan guys. We've never played a solo on one of their records. I always wanted to do that. That probably won't happen. I played with 3 of the 4 Beatles, and that was really surreal. Being that's why I started playing, and now Ringo's my pal. And, hey, Paul, how's it going? I was like, hey, Luke, what's up? It's kind of a weird thing to realize that actually the dream came true. I'm still living it, and I think I appreciate it more than I ever have in my whole life. I'm very thankful.
That's great.
To have these opportunities, and maybe that's why I work all the time, because I don't want to not do something for fear of missing.
Sure.
For, the fact that maybe there were days that I slept all day long when I should have been doing something important because I was fucked up, you know what I mean?
Right.
Those wasted days I wish I could take back, and a few of the mistakes that went with that, but shit happens, man. It makes you who you are today, right?
Exactly.
I learned from it. So I'm a better person rather than a worse person. I have no bitterness, I have no hate in my heart. Sometimes I shake my head and go, oh, fuck, wish I didn't do that. But now you gotta laugh about it and go, well, I can't, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say? Is that one of those kind of
one
moments,
of those, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we all have those. But ask me if I'm grooving. Shit.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we're going to have to let you go because you have to get ready. Well, I want to thank you so much for this interview.
Thanks for being so nice to Marie.
Oh, love Marie. Love Marie.
That was really special to her, and that made me feel really good. I was really proud of her.
Oh, well, she's amazing. I love Marie.
Send her a big kiss for me.
I will. Well, we're looking forward to the show tonight. Okay.
Well, nice to meet you. Thanks a lot for your time. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.